Oh man, so I got a story time for y'all real quick since I'm doing little story times. I went to Home Depot yesterday, and I want to show you guys what this whole story is about. Right? So I bought this little blade slash bottle opener from Husky. It's pretty cool. It has like two different, I don't know, I just needed a blade or a knife or something like that. I like to buy them every now and again when I go to these stores. So, anyways, I bought my uncle one for Christmas, and I decided when I went in the other day that I was gonna buy myself one. So, ironically, I waited about 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so the first time when I bought the gift, but I didn't mind because I was I was shopping and things like that. It didn't really matter. This time I went specifically for one set of screws and this knife, right? So, I go for the knife. I got the screws, and then I go in for the knife, and I go out to the same cage. I see they have it in stock. I go right to the front desk, and I say, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Is there any way you could call somebody in hardware, for me or whatever, so I would be able to grab this knife out of the cage?" So she says, "No problem." I hear on the loudspeaker they call somebody to aisle 19, and then I'm there for about 10 minutes or so before I ask another worker to help me out. Every time I do story time, I get tired. So when I go to ask this worker, as a female, she's doing some work. I say, "Hey, I don't want to bother you guys so much, but I'm just waiting for somebody in this section, and I'm trying to get a knife out the cage." And she says, "I don't know, that's your problem." But she has a mask on, so I can't really see her face, but my face kind of, went down and dropped. She said, no, I'm just joking or whatever. Let me call somebody for you. So I said, "Oh, they already called somebody." And she's like, "Oh, okay, well, just go through the aisles. There should be a worker in one of those aisles, and he'll be able to open that cage for you." I said, "Cool." So I walk about 2 aisles, I see nobody. The third aisle, I see somebody. I say, "Hey, sir, how you doing? Are you the guy that I need to open the cage?" He's like, "No, that's hardware. You got to go back down the next 5 aisles and see somebody there." So I'm like, "Damn, like, yo, boss, just so you know, like, they sent me to you. Now I'm here with you, and you're sending me somewhere else." It's kind of annoying, If it was opposite, if you was in my shoes, I'm pretty sure you'd be mad already. But he didn't answer me. He kept quiet, so I kept on walking. So I go back around. I walk through all the aisles. 5, 6 aisles, 7 aisles, see nobody. I only see the same 2 females that I saw. So I say, "Hey, let me go to customer service," and I just wanted to ask, honestly, like, "Hey, listen, I want to buy an item. Nobody's coming right now. What should I do? Should I just not buy it?" So I go to customer service, and I'm just pretty much like, I want to buy this item, but should I just not buy it because you guys, there's nobody to help me, I guess. Nobody go out the cage. It's either that or I break the cage. I don't know. Either one of them is not good. I break the cage, I look bad, I'm not buying the item. And if I leave and don't buy the item, I just don't get the item. It is what it is, right? Alright, so now I'm at customer service. I'm waiting for a minute or so, and some lady says, "Hey, how can I help you?" I say, "Hey, I got a quick question. I would like to speak to the supervisor." And she's like, "Supervisor's right there." So I turn around. Right where? Now, mind you, when I'm turning around, there's nobody with a Home Depot apron on, a uniform, nothing, right? So she's like, "Right there." So I'm like, "Right where, miss?" I'm looking around, I see nobody. She's like, "Right there, sir." "Ma'am, what do you mean right there? Like, what is right there? What are you talking about? Like, introduce me to the person that I got to speak to. Who the hell is the supervisor? I'll call them to me, one or the other." So she gets up and she's like, "What is it regarding?" Now she wants to know what is it regarding. I just want to speak to this man. I want to speak to the manager. That's it. Or supervisor. She said, "Okay." So we start walking to this gentleman. He's a tall guy. Looks like a security guard. He's in a black jacket, all black on. Doesn't have a name badge or anything. I don't know who he is. He's by the door. So apparently he's the supervisor. He's the manager. So she's like, "Hey, this gentleman wants to speak to you." So I'm like, "Hey," he said, "What's going on, boss?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Listen," I want to buy a knife. I'm waiting in the aisle. It's been like 15 to 20 minutes already. What should I do? Should I just not buy it? He's like, nah, man, you know, it's like COVID and everything, you know, whatever, you know, I got you though. Like, he didn't even explain it. He just threw out COVID or whatever. He's like, I got you. All right, cool. He then calls the same female that I spoke to that told me, I don't know, whatever, it's your problem, da da da. He calls her and says, hey, da da da, can you get the knife out of the cage? So she's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, yo, that's the same girl that had me running around for the last 15 minutes looking for somebody. And she was the girl the whole entire time. And he's like, no, she got you right now. I'm like, all right. So now we go to the cage, and there's another gentleman in front of that cage. She obviously knows this guy. She screams his name. They have a conversation before I'm even getting my stuff. I don't get people, bro. I really don't get it. The guy is not signaling and he gets mad when I beep the horn at him. Like, idiot, bro. So she lets the other guy grab whatever he was gonna grab right from the cage. And but it was on the right side. She had the right gate open. It was the right and the left side. So my stuff is on the left side. Remember this, guys. And she opens up the right gate. She's like, oh, it's open already. So she opens up the right gate. The other gentleman grabs whatever he got to grab on the right. And then I'm like, yeah, I just need this or whatever, but it's on the other side. She's like, okay, go ahead, go and grab it. So mind you, my left gate is still closed, only the right gate is open. So I'm like, I'm not gonna jump into the right to grab this knife. You know, it doesn't make sense. Like we did it with a bunch of knives and a case full of knives. And she's like, oh, go ahead, grab it. I can't even reach that. Da da da. I'm like, yeah, but all right, but open up the other side. She's like, no, grab it. I'm like, miss, I'm not doing that to get hurt. Like, this don't make any sense. She's like, she calls the guy that she knows, which is a customer, mind you. She calls him, tells him to grab it for me, and then the guy is in the cage, like, on pins and needles. He's touching some metal bar that's leaning over. He's pushing himself into the cage. And I'm like, yo, if he gets hurt, you know, he's an idiot. But whatever. That was that. She's like, oh, you knew I couldn't get that anyways. So I'm like, all right, that wasn't the point. What you had to do is open up my side and I would have grabbed it, you know? So then she tells the customer, oh, let me get that, because I'm not sure what he's going to do with this, with the little ass blade, this little bottle opener blade that I just bought. I just bought for fun, you know what I mean? I didn't even buy it for a specific reason. So she said, I don't know what he's going to do with it. I'm like, you know what, you do that. You hold it then. So I go to the manager and I'm like, yo, bro, she's the worst. Like, customer service is horrible. She's the worst. He's like, oh, I apologize. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, bro, she's over here saying I can't get the knife now, that apparently I'm going to do something with it or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I don't give a shit, man. So then he's walking behind me to go to the register. So I guess he makes a decision on our way there. And he's like, yo, you know what? I'm just going to give you this for free. Like, I'm going to have them ring it up for free. So he tells another cashier to give this to me for free and then charge me for everything else. So the cashier is like, free? Like, she don't know why. She's baffled. Why is it free, right? And so she walks to another cashier and says, hey, da-da-da-da, can you do this for free? Can you bring this up for free for him? She does the same face, free. Like, why are we giving this guy anything for free? I'm like, yo, guys, I don't need y'all to give me nothing for free. I want to buy this item. Like, I'm not understanding why it's so complicated or whatever. And then the other girl comes that didn't want to help me from the beginning comes, and she's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. Just do it for free. Or whatever. You got to do this. Da-da-da-da. I'll tell you guys later. Like, not even being discreet. So I already know she's going to talk shit. She's mad because I blew up her spot because she was trying to be lazy. Right? Crazy. I'm just like, this is sick. So now, I'm talking to the other girl's talking her shit. And I'm talking to the two cashiers like, yo, you guys, like, this is crazy that you guys are making me feel this way. Talking about it's free. I don't have to get it for free. I could pay for it. You could just charge me and I could walk out of here. Like, think about it. We're having an argument about me trying to buy something. Like, I want to buy something, and you guys are not allowing me to buy something that you guys sell. That's crazy. It's like going to a paint store, be like, yo, I want paint. And be like, oh, well, you can't get the paint because we don't have nobody to open up the cage. Like, what? Like, it's crazy, bro.